What's up, guys? This is Sean.
This is Zach.
And we're from the Yelling from the Stands podcast. And today, we're here to talk to you about Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone and computer.
One cool thing Anchor can do for you is it will distribute your podcast across all platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts.
So in a nutshell, it's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Ladies and gentlemen, broadcasting from Southern California, this is Yelling from the Stands.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Yelling from the Stands. This is Sean.
This is Zach.
And we are back live in the studio. Fucking hot-ass Highland, California.
Hot-ass California. What, 106 today?
Fuck, dude. What's it? I bet. What's the weather in Palm Springs?
Let me guess before we...
Yeah.
118.
Does it get that high? Or
Yep.
I just cheated. I was going to say like 109, so I was still going to be off. But it's showing like 112.
Oh, wait, damn.
Shit the bed, dude. This is dry heat
Well,
out there, too.
It's probably hotter early today. What was the...
Like at 3?
Yeah. It gets like 120s over there.
Precipitation's 1%, 15% humidity, 14 mile an hour winds. The high, well, it was 118 on Monday. Or coming up on Monday. God damn, dude.
Crazy.
That is way too hot. It's for dry heat, too, guys. If you are from a place that has humidity, the dry heat is usually less tolerable. So it doesn't make it that bad, but damn. You can't escape it. Humidity is worse, though. All right, man. Well, welcome back to the studio. How did you guys get everything figured out last week?
Everything figured out, ready to go.
All good.
Just old breakers that
Didn't blow
were
up the
there
house
on the
or nothing?
house. No, because I was freaking out because I was playing my computer just fine, and then I don't overwhelm the circuit, and just boom, everything went out. Like,
The way you said it to me was like, I fucked up. And you were just the way you were talking. You seemed like you were like, I fucked up. And I was like, I don't know what happened.
I just blew out my $1,000 computer. I blew out my $400 PS4. Like, I was this thing in the worst.
Was your dad pissed?
Yeah.
I was going to say,
it just happens in old houses. Just a lot of stuff's on one breaker, and then it just blows. The fuse blows before there's anything else. That way nothing happens.
Yeah, that's good, though. It's better that way. At least we're all back. Thanks to Friendly and special guest Troy for filling in last week. Zach was talking to me about how fucking loud the bugs and shit in the background was there when Troy was on.
Jeez.
Bro, and I was telling him, dude, it's fucking no joke out there. Like legit, you go outside for like half hour. You just have a barbecue outside and go grill, drink a beer. You walk in the grass. First off, you got to watch out for chiggers. That's something not a lot of people know in this area. I had to tell your cousin Ashley when she moved to Arkansas. Dude, she was terrified of chiggers. Chiggers are a small bug that can like bite you or something, but it causes you to itch like crazy. And then on top of that, what else was I going to say? Just the fucking like the cicadas or whatever they are. Those huge ass bugs that make the loud noise. It's disgusting.
Like, I wonder if that's how like it was like in the Bible, the plague, like the locusts, like
thousands of them, probably.
Yes.
Dude, it's so nasty out there, and people wonder like, you fucking go outside. Like, 'cause I grew up in Oklahoma, man, it's disgusting. There's nothing to do outside but sweat and ruin your clothes. Not fun. And he was out there fucking mowing.
He wasn't mowing. You tell me to finish mowing it? No. Like, come on now.
I was like, come on, let's do the show with me and Friendly. We'll just tell stories and have a fucking blast, make it funny. I gotta get this yard mowed, man. I'm gonna get in trouble. I was like, fuck you, dude. You're a grown ass man. What happened to Troy? He's got a girlfriend now and they're living together. I think that's he's lost his edge. Get it together, Troy. But no, we were talking fantasy football the other day with him because fantasy football is around the corner. And if you know any part of me, you know that I'm obsessed with fantasy football. So the good thing is that we seem to be going to have a fantasy football season. So I'm pumped for that. We see college and all the trouble they're having. Have you done any kind of fantasy?
Nope.
Where you at with that?
I'm winging it this year.
Just winging it. I started getting in the zone. I call it the zone. It's like when you
auto zone, like that zone.
It's something like that, man, because it's like I start doing all my stats and all my, my ADP, my average draft position. I figure out who. I basically come up with this big graph in my head of these players ranked, and I don't have it yet, so I don't feel comfortable answering questions. But as soon as I get there, which I'll probably be there within the next 2 weeks, we'll start having you guys.
I'll
you
probably
guys need
start
help
tomorrow. Just looking at some research, the predictions and all that stuff.
It's going to be different.
I don't like overthinking it because I think too much. Like, I just gotta relax and just. That's why I'm drafting Sonny in another league. That's gonna be like kind of my little tester, and just kind of get feelers on what everyone's getting drafted at. And
it's definitely easy to overdo it. It is.
Yep. I'm telling you, like you can mess up 2 rounds and you lose the playoffs. Like it just. I'm telling you, you don't want to draft too soon because you're overdrafting someone and you could have drafted them in like 4 rounds later. It just.
Very true.
It's a chess game.
It is, man. It's crazy. It's gonna be even.
That's the whole fun about it. You just.
A lot of it's luck. A lot of it's just like, let's see how it falls.
That's
man.
why my team's called Not So Lucky because I'm not so lucky every year.
You've had the fucking worst luck in the NFL.
I haven't won any.
You took second place like 30 times.
3 years in a row. I lost to you 1 year. I lost to my dad twice.
Dude, I still remember the year you lost to me. I went to bed because I thought it was over. I thought I was done.
I think I was like
my kicker, Connor Barth.
Yeah, but I lost because of luck. It was like 0.4, like something ridiculous.
That was the year Andrew Luck was putting up like fucking 35 points a game as a quarterback. I was like, I'm not even going to watch this motherfucker. I know I'm going to lose. He's playing too well.
Yeah, I was in college.
And, yeah.
That's so fucking long ago,
Woke up at like 4 a.m, just, randomly, just about to get ready for work, lifted up my phone. Andrew Luck puts up like 1.4 points. And I'm like, what?
Was that, like, back then, that was a couple years ago, did we play like that week 17? Was that it, though?
I can't, no, I think
it was, right?
I can find out. It's right here.
I feel like
2014,
when we first started, I feel like we played like
yeah, it was this one. So no, it was 16. So a couple before that, your first one we used to play week 17.
Dude, I lost by point like 4.
Yeah, it was 133.98 to 134.44.
Gee,
less than half.
I think that was probably the closest game we've like in all of our fantasy league. I've never seen a game that close ever.
No, I'm trying to see if I could pull up the actual stats from that week. Andrew Luck put up 2.36
I still
points.
almost beat you. Like,
yeah. Because I had Drew Brees, who didn't do it. I had Calvin Johnson that year, man. Golden Tate.
Back when Jordy Nelson was a beast. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And Jeremy Maclin. I had Jamal Charles.
Lamar Miller was my biggest.
C.J. Anderson, Gronkowski. Was that T.J. Mason? Was a running back from the Rams?
Yeah, that was Trey Mason. He was the guy who went crazy. They couldn't find for years. I don't know if they ever found him.
Mike Evans, Hauschka.
That's so cool going back to this. Jamie Collins. Who the fuck is this guy? B? Oh, it's Buffalo. I could see it. It just doesn't spell
So
it
that
out.
was 2021?
But Connor Barth is the guy. He was my last one to go, and he scored 4 points. Thanks, Connor. But he won it.
What year was this?
This was 2014.
I was 11-2, dude. I was mopping everyone that year.
Who else beat you that year? Because you were so fucking good that year. Everybody knew like Zach's going to win this.
Can you go and see? Can you go back to week and see?
Yeah, I should be able to click on your team and then see you week by week. That's what's cool about Yahoo.
It keeps a history.
Yeah. Like
from the league to show there was I forgot, someone made a message board and had all their history, and it was like Kevin naked and all that shit. You gotta start watching it. I forgot how hilarious that show is.
It's been a while. I've watched like half of it. It's not showing it right here. Let me go back. Matchups right here. So 15, you beat
that
your
was
dad.
Playoffs.
Oh yeah, this is all big.
140 points. They beat someone by.
And then you beat me like 3 weeks before that by 60 points.
I lost to Superman Zell.
You lost to Troy.
Yeah.
Wow, you had a bad week. So your only loss was to Troy.
I would still beat everyone else in the league. Look it.
Yeah.
I didn't have a bad week. He had a good week.
You got robbed that year, man. Straight up. And that's how shitty fantasy football can be, man. This guy was everybody knew the whole season. Zach he's it. Almost the same way last year. Everybody thought Chris went undefeated for like 10 weeks. They were like, he's going to win it all.
Did Miguel knock him off or? I forgot who knocked him off, but
I think it was Miguel. Yeah, because I lost to him. And then I beat him in the playoffs, I think.
Because you won the FFL last year, right?
Yeah. I kept telling people I had him on points.
Was that your first year winning? Second year winning?
It's my second or third. You can go back and find out.
That's crazy.
This thing started in 2011. Can you believe that? The FFL.
And I joined 2014?
I think 2013 or 14. We can go back.
Yeah, because after you came out here for my graduation for high school, right?
I probably invited you for the next season, yeah. So
2013,
Troy won the inaugural season. It used to be called the WNBA. That was their fantasy football. I don't know. It was dumb. 2012, your dad. That's when. So you guys were in it in 2012.
Yes,
and he took first.
So
you took second. Right after we saw you guys.
You came to my graduation in May, and then we started up that fall.
Yep. So your dad fucking killed it, man. I know he won it the next year.
Back to back years.
And then you took second.
We didn't play for money those 2. We didn't play money at all, right?
I think we didn't start money until 2014. That might have been the first year.
And you won.
And then I fucking got lucky as hell.
Second 3 years
in a row. 2015 came around and your dad won again.
Did I make playoffs that year? I didn't.
Oh, you didn't. Shit, man, you weren't even on the board. 2016, I won again. So I've won 3 times, and that's when Eric took second place.
It was my dad. It was you, right? My dad, you, and then my dad. So you guys won it was a family for 6 years in a row.
Pretty much, man. Me or him for 6 years. And then finally 2017, I invited Daryl to play, and he fucking won it his first year, and you took second again.
He was, oh, jeez.
You've taken second 4 times. And then 2018,
I took off.
You took off. Eric actually came back and won. I took second. He beat me in the championship. That was a good season.
And I don't think I made the playoffs last year, I don't think.
I thought you made the playoffs.
I lost the first round, right?
That's probably what it was.
Yeah, I lost to jacking me off.
And I'm lucky because fucking Patrick should have beat me week 1. I was supposed to play Patrick, and Kevin was in the playoffs, and they had a stat change.
Oh, yeah, and he jumped.
It was like the day before the Thursday game, and they switched it. Kevin wasn't in the playoffs anymore, and it put somebody else in, and then that caused me to play Troy instead of Patrick, because Patrick ended up beating you and knocking you out, and it was supposed to be me. It was all luck, man. Total luck. But yeah, so is that my 3rd or 4th?
4th?
Might have been my 4th. But anyways, we are
you won 3 as Weed and Rainbow?
I try to change it each year. I'm keeping that fucking logo now that I got that painting.
That's so funny.
Isn't that crazy?
Tell them what you found at the store.
I was fucking... So I just was looking for a cool surfing California picture for my little avatar on my team. And my name was Catalina Wine Mixin last year. So I found this little orange van with a white top, surfboards on top, staring at the ocean with some palm trees. And me and my wife last year... Oh, no, it was last year. It was a couple months ago when we got our furniture. We were at Living Spaces, and I'm walking by the art, and I fucking spot this little piece of this painting, picture thing, canvas art, and it's the fucking picture. And I'm like,
what are you doing?
I gotta get that.
like shit, like holy shit.
We were buying a shitload of furniture, bed set. We were spending a lot of money, and I was like, that was $30.
It's not bad.
No, I mean Living Spaces you pay for it, but it's a pretty good size. And I was like,
that's cool.
I was like, it's fate. I gotta have it, so let's put it on my wall.
That's so dope.
But yeah, we are starting to kick up fantasy football mode, guys. On the Instagram, we'll start reaching out if you guys need any questions with drafts. I would say usually trade things are kind of my specialty. Yeah. If you need help with any kind of I can help with start sit. Any kind of advice, we'll be geared up for fantasy here in the next couple of weeks.
Bye weeks, how bye weeks and booze was, if you guys are fans of that, it's kind of like when the fantasy football season starts, we'll kind of put more focus on fantasy football and have other sports like this kind of briefly talk about it. But
yeah. Oh, I'm a fucking fantasy freak, guys. I got to play some Monkey Knife Fight, too. I still got money on that website. I won some money there last year. But all right. Welcome back, Zachary. Let's get into some shit,
A lot of stuff today to talk about.
Yeah, we're going to hop right back into football with some horrible news that you guys probably already heard of. Big Ten to cancel 2020 season. They won't be playing football. The conference presidents have voted to cancel the fall football season due to concerns about playing amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Sources told them, the Detroit Free Press. A formal announcement has come since then, and they are on the cusp of... They're kind of working on trying to get to play in the spring. Urban Meyer had came out and was very vocal in saying that won't happen. There's no way they're going to be able to make that work in the spring. So right now, the Big Ten hops on it first, and then immediately, 2 days after that, Pac-12 comes in to follow. I've been saying this for a few weeks now. There's going to be one major conference that starts this on. It's going to be the big... I thought it was the Pac-12 that was going to do it.
But the West Coast team. You think the Big Ten's more northeastern.
Yeah, Big Ten did it first, and then Pac-12 followed. The MAC has done it. The Big East has now canceled sports. Everybody was looking to the Big 12,
But ACC and SEC, they're still wanting to play, right?
Yeah, as of right now, it's the ACC, the SEC, and the Big 12. And I think the ACC was kind of on the verge of doing it, but with how vocal Trevor Lawrence has been from Clemson, I think they backed up and gave it a shot. So it just seems like most of the players want to play, and we get it, I mean, not all the players do, and that's like once Trevor and them came out and they were saying we are united, a lot of the teammates that were on his team were like, look, he doesn't speak for us. We don't agree with that. So it's real polarizing in what you're hearing from these teammates and these athletes. And they have every right to be afraid, man. Some of these guys that aren't necessarily have a check in hand waiting from the NFL, maybe they're just going to get their degree and this is it for football for their career, aren't so, excited to get in there and put their lives on the line and risk COVID. So I think that's what you're starting to see is some of the disparity in what these players actually think based off their own personal circumstances. So the landscape of college football right now is not looking good, guys. And then, so we had the Big 12, the Big 10, and then the nail in the coffin that really kind of just poked a hole in the dreams of any kind of championship of happening this year was the NCAA came out. This was yesterday, August 13, a.k.a. the first day that the cheesy Fiesta potatoes were no longer available at Taco Bell.
Damn you, Taco Bell.
Damn you, fucking Taco Bell.
Your tacos are still ass, though.
But on top of that, second most popular news that day was the NCAA came out and said no fall sports championships, including FCS football, in 2020. This will, however, not affect FBS football this fall. The NCAA announced last week fall championship for each sport will be canceled if more than 50% of the playoff eligible teams in each sport cancel their seasons. NCAA President Mark Emmert made official on Thursday by announcing we cannot, at this point, have fall championships. The Southland and Southern Conference announced on Thursday will not have conference play this year, leaving just the Ohio Valley Conference. We can't, in any Division I NCAA sport, have a championship other than the FBS football.
FBS is what, Division II? Or
is no, FBS is the football subdivision. Well,
that's why, like South Dakota and all that stuff, right?
Well, they've already said they're not doing it.
So
maybe this isn't I was thinking this was the main thing. So we might have a championship still.
But not it's a subdivision, all the smaller schools, I would
guess.
guess?
I think that's what it's basically saying. So the FBS, because it's the FCS, which is the smaller.
So FCS is a smaller?
Yeah.
So it might still be an FBS championship then? It's kind of unfair that if other teams don't play.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to do some more research because I thought this kind of said it all, but it is not true.
Yeah,
so FBS teams. This is it's the main group.
And that's those main teams.
So why the fuck would the NCAA say, "Hey, FBS is good"? Is it because there's been more conferences in the FCS that have dropped out?
Yeah,
it's got to be.
But it's kind of not fair to say the FBS. You only have ACC and SEC that plays. It's that there's gonna be an asterisk on this championship because they didn't play against other teams.
So this makes sense because now I was reading it wrong. We were under the impression that the FBS was already given up on the championship. That's not the case. So now this makes sense why the next news story we have for you is coming about in the first place. Because now you've got 5 major football conferences, 3 of which are saying, we're going to try this out. 2 have said, nope, we're done. We're not even doing it. So now you got these major teams, Michigan, Ohio State, USC,
Stanford,
Oregon,
probably.
Stanford. These major colleges are stuck in a conference that conferences already said we're not playing. So now, because of that,
they're going to try to go to a different conference.
Another report has said Ohio State, Michigan, Nebraska, and Iowa are considering a move to the Big 12 for the 2020 season. Multiple teams might make the jump. Big Ten has reportedly canned the 20 football season, but some schools might still find a way to play during the pandemic. Rick Neuheisel said on SiriusXM that he's heard Ohio State, Michigan, Nebraska, Penn State are all looking at potential playing in the Big 12 this year. As a guy who's a Big 12, Oklahoma State's my school, Big 12,
it's gonna be tough if they play.
It's gonna fucking kill our chances. I mean, I like the competition. I would like that exposure for the conference.
It's one of the teams who don't play each other necessarily ever. That we're gonna play against each other.
Yeah, it would change up because they just released our schedule.
But how does that work though? Like, because you're part of the Big Ten, is it since there's no Big Ten that you're not really affiliated with that division that conference this year, so you can play wherever you want? Like your independent school almost? I
don't know. Like, I guess you could do, if you're independent, you don't have anybody, your allegiance to anybody. But my question is what are you going to do? The Big 12 just released their schedule like 2 days ago. So let's say you're going to have to add a whole nother division type thing.
Unless you have There's 12 schools in the Big 12, right? Or is there 4? Is there 12, right?
10.
There's 10 in the Big 12.
Big 12. With
so let's say they get another 10.
It would have to be like that.
No,
and just do division.
Another 10. So that's like the South, and then they have a North division, and then they'll play their own championship game at the very end, or their own playoff. They'll have the top 2 of each division they'll play.
That's the only way I think it'll work right now with them already having the schedule.
They're going to need to find 10 schools to. So you have Ohio State, Michigan, Nebraska, Penn State, Iowa. That's 5 right there. You get another 5 from the Pac-12.
Pac-12, Oregon, Stanford. I mean, shit.
USC, UCLA,
Arizona State.
Arizona,
It wouldn't be hard to scrape up 5 schools. Washington State.
I feel like since California is like high on the map for like coronavirus infection and all that stuff,
I don't think
maybe they won't have any California schools. So you have like Oregon State, Washington, Arizona. Arizona's still high too. So,
yeah, that's true. I don't know, but the Bruce Feldman had a report came out after Neuheisel's that said he spoke to some officials from the schools who told him that would be news to us. So it seems like it's kind of hearsay, or they're keeping it under wraps. But then you look at these guys, like, what are you going to do with people like Justin Fields, who's projected to go as the 2nd quarterback overall in this next coming NFL draft?
First is Trevor Lawrence, right?
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence going to be in the 1st overall. So Justin's sitting there at number 2, knowing that the guy in front of him is still going to play a college football season, knowing that he has no shot of working his way up to being the number 1 overall. What do you say to people like that? Because even the Big Ten has said that any hopes of another one of our teams, because Nebraska did it first. They said we might go to Big 12. Big Ten came out and said that ain't going to happen. You're in our conference. So as the conference, do you step in and say, no, you can't do this? This is this kid's livelihood.
Yeah.
A number 1 and number 2 QB draft position is millions of dollars you're taking away from this young man. So it is important, and it's a big deal.
I feel like for the situation, would you allow this 1 year to let these kids play wherever they want to go play at, whatever school that's eligible? Because
it is unprecedented, man. I don't know. I just feel like if we start doing that, there's going to be all kinds of loopholes that people want to open up. Well, if you're going to let them do this, why can't we get paid? And I mean, it's just a lot of shit. NCAA is not a very, let's say, progressive institution. Otherwise, we would have been paying college players years ago. So they're probably feeling so fucking overwhelmed right now with all this progression people are pitching at them that I don't know. The biggest problem with this is that we don't have time to fuck around and wait on this. This has got to happen within the next.
Season starts in a month? End of September?
Less than a month. I think the first game is September
20-something probably.
I think it's like the 12th. Oh, I think it was the 13th. No, 12th right there. Yeah, Saturday. Yeah, less than a month. So you're talking a conference realignment. I don't think that's really going to happen realistically. I think what we're looking at is you're going to end up seeing a bunch of really good, talented players set on the sidelines this year. The only thing that they would really have to look forward to.
Don't they get an extra year of eligibility? So can they play next year? I say they graduate in a senior. I think they could play again.
I don't know if that's written yet. I could see it being, but if that's the case, are you gonna? If you're Justin Fields, you're the number 2 QB going overall.
You're not gonna want to play to get hurt.
Go. Yeah, just go.
I'm just hoping though that shouldn't really affect his status because they can still go off of last year's.
They would, and it's all going to come down to the combine when he goes there, anyways.
Yeah.
But you're taking away the opportunity for him to work himself in that number 1 spot.
Yep.
That's the big thing I'm seeing. And I mean, like I said, the 1 to 2 spot's a big thing. So, I mean, how's it going to play out? If we have the Big 12, the ACC, the SEC playing football this year, the other 2 are setting home, how's this going to fucking look when it comes around to November, December, and we're looking at bowl games, and
it's not fair to have 3 divisions. It's kind of not fair.
Like, you're going to have 2 fucking conferences set home.
You could still have a championship, but there's a big asterisk.
Huge. Yeah, this is almost not going to be a season.
It's an incomplete season. Because there's no out of conference games. It's only in conference games on your schedule. So yeah.
And I'm assuming because there's 3 major conferences still opting in, they're going to allow the FBS championship.
Now, is there going to be like bowl games?
I mean, I would assume so. You're going to have
bowl games. And you're going to have 2 of the guys from the same division playing each other again.
I think you're going to see a lot of like the American comp. You're going to see mostly everybody that plays football this year get a bowl game. Usually it's 6 wins.
So you see Texas plays Virginia Tech and...
Oh, that would be a great primetime bowl. Yeah. I'm talking like Tulane versus Rice.
But are they still playing though? Are they still playing?
It's going to be up to the sponsors, I bet. When it comes to the bowl games, it's all about the sponsors. it's basically just a big pitch and chance to make money. I think if you've got schools like Rice and Tulane playing in a mid-major bowl game, you're fucking... I mean, it's football, and it'll be on TV, which
someone's going to watch it.
They will, but it's not going to have the allure at what a normal
Have you ever
bowl
been
game.
to a bowl game before or no?
I have. I actually have been to... What game was it? My first bowl game. It was the Big 12 Championship, my bad. It was the Big 12 Championship in Kansas City. Went to Arrowhead Stadium to watch OU play, I think it was Texas. And it was really fun. It was really cool because the OU ended up winning, and they were going to the Orange Bowl that year, so everybody was throwing oranges on the field. It was pretty cool.
That's cool. I always wanted to go to a bowl game. I always wanted to go to the one in San Diego. Is it the Pacific?
Pacific Life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that Oklahoma State
Or the
went to.
Holiday Bowl, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, I always want to go to that one.
I mean, even if you... I just don't... I know there's going to be like, hey, that's not a real championship. Two of the fucking conferences didn't play.
Oh, look, Alabama's going to win again.
It's probably going to be an Alabama, an OU, Clemson. That's who we're talking about. But I mean, you take a lot of the Big Ten is a big chunk of this football. And we're talking Michigan, Ohio State, Wisconsin. I mean, these are big.
I feel like the schools who don't heard their conference canceled it. They didn't make their own little super league, and that you're your own conference.
What do you mean?
Call it the COVID conference.
And
You play like Michigan, Ohio State, USC, like all those teams who want to play still, put the top 10 teams, 12 teams, put them in their own division.
Okay.
And then you just play it out.
They're gonna have
But
to
it's not fair because then Ohio State, they're playing against top 20 teams every week. Well, other divisions you're playing against, no one's ranked. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Dude, it's a lot. It's gonna be fucking a mess if it happens at all. It kind of feels like it's going to be that season where we don't know what we're playing for.
Yep.
But the good thing with college is, they love to play the sport, man. You still get to see a lot of the passion. So, it is going to definitely be a unique season. My season opens up, I think it's September 12th against Tulsa, Oklahoma State. So who are you going to root for this year? Since your team's not playing, you going to adopt the other OSU this year?
No, I'd probably go for the ACC, the SEC, and I don't know.
You underdog kind of guy?
Yeah.
Mississippi State, something like that?
No.
Mike Leach is there this year, man. Or go Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss.
How about North Carolina with Mac?
Mac Brown. That's an underdog right there. Mac Brown is still a fucking legendary coach. He didn't do great in his last days at Texas.
It's probably the shit. I mean, I saw my team like, is that Mac Brown coaching for North Carolina? Like, he looks weird in blue. He's using orange.
If you look back at Mac Brown's time at Texas, too, around that same time, 2005, 2010, North Carolina football team was in the top 10 recruiting classes multiple times. North Carolina, the football team. It was such an unsung hero, and they couldn't get it done on the field. Mac Brown has now come to that program, and their recruiting classes are in the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, and he's doing better with that than Fedora did with the team before him, and then there was a guy before him as well. But it's a good program. It just couldn't get its feet off the ground. Mac Brown has done wonderful there.
I don't know. I've always liked the Florida State, their logo.
Ugh.
I know.
I never liked Florida State,
Really?
man. I think I always looked at them as too flashy when I was little. But for some reason, I like Miami, which just doesn't make sense because they're even worse.
Yeah.
Either way, we got some college football. That'll be cool, but it's definitely going to be...
I like Duke. I like the little underdog schools.
I'm with you there, man. Memphis, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, back to my Cowboys. We're in the news again.
Always drama.
Always fucking drama.
An ex-Cowboy.
He's an ex-guy. Honestly, I didn't even know the name. They read the name first, and I was like, never heard of the guy. Seahawks walk-on. What's his first name? Kima Siverand. The Seattle Seahawks cut cornerback Kima Siverand earlier this week out of Oklahoma State after the undrafted rookie was caught on video attempting to sneak a woman into the team hotel. The woman tried to disguise herself as a player by wearing Seahawks gear, Pelissero adds. And there were some memes online this morning of, what's the girl from Modern Family? She was like the dorky daughter.
I don't know her name, but...
I think it's Ariel Winters
I know
or something like
she's
that.
Balling in money because Modern Family, that whole entire cast are like millionaires.
Oh, yeah. They had a picture come out with her with like just a Seahawks jersey on. It was like a belly one. and it was like, hey, Seahawks player trying to sneak in.
So she's a Seahawks fan, and she was wearing like.
They were fucking
That's
around
funny.
with it. But I don't even know this guy played at Oklahoma State. This is a cornerback I never heard of, man. So, but apparently he had got a shot with the Seahawks and thought it was more important to try to sneak his girl in. And, bro, it's a pandemic, bro. Get your shit together. We've been in the news way too much this season. Not good, man. All right, let's move on to some NBA news. It's time for the playoffs, son. You know that. All right, we got a lot of good matchups coming up. My Thunder hauled in the number 4 overall seed in the West Conference.
You guys really
we weren't
have,
even supposed to make it, man.
You don't have like a superstar. I guess Chris Paul's your
Chris
superstar,
Paul,
right?
Dude. Yeah, I was, and I'll be the first one to say it. I was calling for his stats to be traded the minute we got him in the trade. I was like, get rid of him. He's a cap overload.
You got him from what, the Rockets?
He was a part of the trade
with Westbrook.
Mm-hmm. So let's pull up the playoff bracket and see what we're looking like. Playoffs are going to start. I think it's this coming Thursday.
Yeah, soon.
Tuesday. I'm sorry, Tuesday. Okay, so we have some
predictions, bold predictions.
Here's the NBA playoff bracket. In the Eastern Conference, we're going to have the Bucks taking on the Magic, round 1. Heat against the Pacers. Celtics against the Sixers. Raptors against the Nets. And in the Western Conference, we got the Lakers. Now, what is this one? Is this, I mean, they just didn't know it at the time, the Portland-Memphis thing?
Well, I think they're both tied with the record.
Oh, so they got to
play
that.
a best of 3, I think.
So they're going to do that series, okay.
I think the best of 3, and then...
Either way, the Lakers are going to take...
Or is it a best of 1? I don't know. It was
3 when we first... see if you can look it up real quick. The Lakers against one of those teams. Thunders against the Rockets at 4 and 5. Nuggets and Jazz. And then the Clippers at the Mavericks. Me and Zach have both done our own playoff bracket so far, filled it out. We'll be putting it on the Instagram. And you guys can comment and do whatever you'd like to do with that. Talk shit. Whatever.
I think it's a 2-game series.
Really?
I think one team has an advantage, so one team has to win twice, and then one team can win one. I don't know how it works, but...
Okay, well, let's go and pull up our brackets. Let's see. I think me and him, for the most part, had a pretty similar setup.
Yeah, there's 2 games. So as a number 8 seed at the moment, the Trailblazers only need 1 win to reach the playoffs. The 9th seed, so it's an 8th and 9th seed playoff. Yeah, so the Grizzlies need to win 2 to make it on, while the Portland just needs to win 1.
Okay, so your playoff bracket's on the right.
Okay.
Mine is on the left. Okay, so we got Bucks and Magic going up first. We both picked the Bucks. Heat and Pacers, we both picked the Heat. Celtics, Sixers, both of us picked the Celtics. Raptors, Nets, we both picked the Raptors. Although I will say the Nets have been quite impressive, and I could totally see them shocking the world and sending the Raptors
Spencer
homes.
Dinwiddie, was it Whitty or Whittle?
Dinwiddie.
He kind of took over the spot for Kyrie, so...
He's been one of those guys that has the ability to do that.
And D'Angelo Russell's on D'Angelo Russell's on the Warriors, I think. I don't know what team he's on anymore.
He's on the Warriors. I think they traded him though. I don't know. He's a problem, man. But we both went with the same one on the East, leading to the Bucks and the Raptors in the Eastern Conference Finals. Both
Bucks and the Heat. No, we said Bucks and Heat. We got the Bucks making it on, and then Celtics, Raptors. We both have the No, I have Raptors. You have one.
Oh yeah. Mine's different.
You skipped, right?
Oh no. Yeah. So we have the Bucks and the Heat playing that in the second round. We both picked the Bucks, Celtics, and Raptors. We both picked the Raptors, and so we both have the Bucks and Raptors Eastern Conference Finals. I picked the Bucks.
I think the Raptors are going to make it.
He picks the Raptors. Only reason I'm sticking with the Bucks is Giannis, man.
Yeah, he got suspended a game, right?
I think it's a couple games.
I think 1 game.
Is it just 1?
Yeah,
it was just 1.
He headbutted someone, I think, supposedly.
Just passion, man. Just passion. But no, he's taking the Raptors to take the Eastern Conference. I think the Bucks will take it. Jumping to the West side, we've got the Lakers, Portland, Memphis. Lakers both all the way. We both picked the Thunder over the Rockets, although I think it's going to be a hell of a series.
Either way.
Nuggets and Jazz.
That's a good series,
the Nuggets.
too.
I took the Jazz. I took the underdog in this one. I think the Jazz are always show up in the playoffs, man, and they've got the ballers to do it. Donovan. What's the white guy? I think he's got a chip on his shoulder because remember he's the first dude that got COVID.
Yeah, and he gave it to
Donovan Mitchell.
You have what, Joe Ingles? Is it Ingles?
Yeah, Ingles, I think it is.
He's a shooter.
He's a shooter, bro. I think they're gonna kick it up and take the Nuggets down. But he's got the Nuggets going, and then out of the Clippers and the Mavs, we both took the Clippers. So Western second round, Lakers, OKC. I mean, as much as I'm a Thunder fan, I'm realistic too. I think the Lakers will take that.
LeBron, you can't go against LeBron.
He's just got too much firepower.
If you're a betting man, you want to bet against someone who's proven himself.
I took the Jazz and Clippers and have the Clippers passing on. He took the Nuggets and Clippers. Both of us have the Clippers passing on. So then we have the Lakers and the Clippers in the Western Conference Finals, we both took the Lakers. So in my bracket, I've got the Bucks and Lakers going for it all, and he's got the Raptors, Lakers. Either way, we both have the Lakers winning it all.
Yep. I'm not saying, I know. I think this happens when any, disaster or something significant happens in the city. Since Kobe passed away, I think Lakers are going to win. I don't know if this is on purpose, but I think that the Saints won when it was Hurricane Katrina. Astros won, and then they cheated with the whole hurricane out there. What was it, Sandy? No, Sandy was East. But the hurricane happened out there. It just, I feel like anything that happens, it's.
No, yeah, it's kind of tried and true. It's a weird coincidence that it is, but no, I think this is the Lakers to take, man. They've looked too good. They haven't looked great the last few games, but I think they're just resting up. I think they're taking it easy. They got the talent's too deep. LeBron is too clutch at the last minute.
Because in LeBron 80, they sat out for a while, right? A couple games they didn't play.
Oh yeah, they're taking some rest, man. They're getting ready for it. But so far, the bubble is working. They're starting to kind of be a little bit more.
We haven't heard anyone get coronavirus, right?
Not really, no.
We just heard earlier Zion left without saying anything. I think Patrick Beverly had to leave for someone passed away.
Yeah, there's a few things like that. The biggest news we're getting out
Did you hear about this, though?
Yeah. So Damian Lillard came out. I heard a little bit about this. Who was he talking to about this?
So Patrick Beverly and Paul George came out talking shit to him, saying, "Oh, you need to pack your bag and all that stuff."
Oh.
And Damian was like, "I'm not the one that keeps leaving my team. I'm not." He's been trying to. He's been with one team his whole entire career.
Exactly.
These guys keep jumping ship.
Yep.
He's like, "Why are you?"
Damian literally shot that game-winning shot against the Thunder last year and put us out of the playoffs, and it was over Paul George.
Yeah.
That fucking 40-footer.
You got to read the comments. He's like, "Why are you leaving?"
I got so much respect for Damian Lillard. He's so underrated when it comes to this. So he said, "Put some respect on my fucking name." He doesn't get enough, man. He sticks with Portland. He's been there the whole time. He's been tried and true. That's just I feel like the city's behind him, but man, they should be fucking carrying that dude around. He reps the city. You got to back him up, man. He's been there for a long time, and he has been doing work. Because he's telling
Paul George shouldn't talk shit because he knocked them out of playoffs last year, and then Patrick, here's why are you talking shit to me? I'm gonna leave the first round when.
Yeah. They looked. Nobody thought they were supposed to even go to the playoffs last year. Let alone
they do.
They'll
probably play the Lakers, so it's going to be tough. But
it is going to be very tough. But he is a baller, man. I don't know if is this when he said it or something. Is that when he said it? Oh, I didn't even see it.
Right
here. Respect my fucking name. Come on, there you go. He deserves it, man. Seriously, he's quiet and he just works, man. He just works.
He's a good fantasy basketball. He's
very
good.
Yeah, he's a quiet producer. And then we talked a little bit about this last week. Draymond Green getting fined $50,000 for tampering. He's an idiot. I can't stand watching this.
He was on a TNT with everyone.
Is there no link to it? Oh, it goes to no. You got it mixed up. That's got the playoff link.
Whoops.
That's fine. We talked about it last week anyways. Draymond came out and was talking about Devin Booker. And it was supposed to be kind of like a respectful thing.
No, Devin Booker, he doesn't deserve to be on the Suns.
He doesn't. He's a fucking all-star. You put him on any other team and they're going, man. He's been struggling for how many years have you been playing now? 5?
3? 3 or 4? He hasn't been for that long.
I love Devin Booker, man. Love him.
If I were to get a jersey, I'd get his jersey for sure.
I thought about getting one. I think it was 2
I think if I were to work for a team, it'd be the Suns. That would be my team.
It'd be cool. You should pick them up. That should be your team.
Yeah.
You should be like, that's my team now. You don't have an NBA team. All right, you're a Suns fan. That's it. Officially just happened. And you can't say bandwagon because they didn't even make the playoffs.
Nope. And they went 8-0 in the bubble games. And they still didn't make the playoffs.
They had a great showing. That shows you they're hungry, which is good because that franchise is down and out, man. They need it. All right, it's time to jump to some hockey playoffs, man. So Rangers
Well, this is so before the playoffs.
We're gonna talk the draft first.
So we had 2 draft lotteries. One was a couple months ago, and then it had the worst. I think it was 8 teams.
Yeah, which was
had
like
a
all
lottery.
of our favorite teams.
Was everyone in the West?
Everybody.
And then the second draft lottery, there was a play-in round in this NHL playoff, and the team who lost, they all got.
Do you want to try that one?
Yeah, I'll try the watermelon.
White Claw.
White
bitch.
Claw watermelon.
Don't get on my shit, man.
I like tangerine more.
Do you?
Yeah.
This one's pretty like heavy on the flavor in your face. I love it.
So going back to hockey, yeah. So there was like before the playoffs started, there was like play-in rounds, and the teams who lost were put into a lottery, and then all those teams, they would get the first round pick in the draft, and just so happened the Rangers won the first round pick this year, and they actually have the second round pick.
Yeah.
So they're rebuilding like big time, and people were kind of like upset, like every year they say it's rigged for some reason.
I mean,
But everyone's happy because no one wanted this first round draft pick to go to either the Penguins, the Oilers, or the Maple Leafs. Because if it's on the Penguins, what's his name on there? It's a stud. Lafreniere is the guy who's going to get drafted first, the first pick.
Oh, okay.
And they don't want him to pair with. So the Penguins, you have Malkin or Crosby. Mm-hmm. The Oilers, you have Draisaitl or McDavid. And then the Maple Leafs, you have freaking Tavares, you have Austin Matthews, you have all kinds of people. So like everyone's happy they didn't go there. So
yeah, I'm happy the Kings got second. I'll take that, man.
I think Luke Robitaille was really happy they got second because they got to rebuild because Dustin Brown is phasing out. I don't know how much. Kopitar is the only guy that's there.
He's got to be wore out. It's like I don't know anybody else is still hanging around with him.
So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, that was the
draft will take place October 9th and 10th, and before that, we'll have the NHL playoffs, which we're going to get into right now.
There's already, I think, Game 2's underway tonight. I think.
Yeah, we've kind of missed a little bit of it. It started. Was it
like yesterday or day before?
Days ago?
Yeah, so we're not too far behind.
So the gist of the playoffs, which we did a bracket for these as well. We're going to put these on our Instagram if you guys want to talk shit. I am not a hockey guru. I just kind of went off my gut.
I'm a little hockey guru, but
Zach's
I haven't
much
really
more
been
into
keeping
it than
up. But I'm more of a hockey fan than an NBA fan.
So Zach's yours on the right, mine's on the left. Pretty similar. We got a few little differences in these. So
I think a lot of difference.
Is it a lot in this one?
Yeah, I think so. There's some.
Oh, this was one a little bit more than the NBA. Okay, so we've got Flyers and Canadiens 1 versus 8. I took. Why is mine blank?
Well, we both took the Flyers. I think you opened up the regular image, I think.
Oh, I did. Thank God. I was about to be fucking pissed.
I remember you saved it.
There we go. Okay, so
That's mine.
Yeah, they're both yours. Now they're going to look totally alike. That's yours again.
Yep.
Where's my fucking name?
Did you not save it?
Yeah,
there you go. Okay.
All right, so we have Flyers, Canadiens, the first one.
We both took the Flyers.
Both took Flyers. Lightning and Blue Jackets, 2 versus 7. He took the Blue Jackets.
You took the Lightning.
I
Okay,
took
so
the
now
Lightning.
this picked because Lightning, I think Stamkos is out the whole entire series. So
yeah, I heard they had a big injury.
Yeah, so that's why I took the Blue Jackets. But Blue Jackets they should have lost against the Maple Leafs. They barely won the series, so it's anyone's game. So I don't.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah.
Next one's Capitals, Islanders. I took Capitals.
You can't go against Ovechkin. Like,
Yeah,
come on
exactly.
now.
I was like, Zach took the same. Bruins, Hurricanes. I took the Bruins.
I took the Hurricane. Hurricanes
He
look
is
nice.
on the Hurricanes' dick.
You have Io and what's his name? I forgot. It starts with it's a Russian dude, but they look nasty.
Yeah.
And plus, early season they had a backup goalkeeper who was a emergency goalkeeper who was a Zamboni driver, and
What?
And they won the game with them.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's fucking awesome.
Uh-huh.
So is this like East-West? What is this set up by? They don't have anything listed here.
Yeah, I think it's I think they just
The divisions or something?
Eastern and Western. Yeah, so
Okay.
the West is on the right side.
Okay, so we're looking at just like basketball.
East,
then.
yeah.
Okay, so the second round East, we got Flyers, Lightning. For mine, I took the Lightning. Zach
I took the Flyers.
He took Flyers over the Blue Jackets.
Yeah, Giroux.
Then Capitals, Bruins. I took the Bruins.
I take the Hurricanes. I can't go you're not supposed to bet against Ovechkin but Hurricanes. I think they're the underdog this year.
And I did the same thing. I was like, I'm gonna just take I think the Bruins. I don't know. No reason
Bruins
why.
are always a good team.
And that's kind of what
I
hinged
just
it on.
can't stand because Brad Marchand, the fucking rat. I can't stand this dude. Biting people and just talking shit. He's like the...
They always get it done, though, man. So I think it'll be Lightning and Bruins in the East. He's got Flyers, Hurricanes, and then he's got Hurricanes passing through. I've got the Bruins passing through. Flip to the West. Golden Knights, Blackhawks. Both took Golden Knights. Avalanche, Coyotes.
Avalanche for both.
Both took Avalanche. Stars, Flames. Both took Stars. Blues, Canucks. Both took Blues. Second round, Golden Knights, Avalanche on mine. I took Golden Knights.
I took Avalanche.
He took Avalanche. And then Stars and Blues, we both took the Blues.
Uh-huh.
Right? Yeah. And then in the Western Conference Finals, we have Golden Knights, Blues on my side. I took Golden Knights to win the West. He took Avalanche versus Blues, took the Hurricanes.
No, I know.
No.
You took the Golden Knights versus the Bruins. You have the Golden Knights winning. I took the Avalanche and the Hurricanes. I have the Avalanche winning. So now, but for my end, whoever wins the Western Conference Finals for my end, I think it's going to win the whole entire thing.
That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
And that's the way my picks fell, too.
Uh-huh.
I ended up taking, it was going to be the Bruins and Golden Knights. I took Golden Knights overall. You took Hurricanes, Avalanche, and you ended up being the Avalanche overall.
Uh-huh.
Which is crazy because, like I said, I don't follow hockey really very much at all. But, like, I'm not.
You just started following hockey once you moved out to California. That's when you kind of started, like, I'm a Kings fan. And all that stuff.
Yeah, I just picked a team and started kind of actually giving some shit about it. I was hoping to watch more than I've been able to.
Hopefully
recently.
next year I take you to an actual professional hockey game. It's so sick.
We got to go something, man, because there's so much shit we talk about.
You haven't went to a pro game?
I haven't watched this shit, dude.
You haven't nothing since
I went to the beach like 150 times, and I've been to Disneyland like 60 times.
Yeah. And then a sports game?
Sports games.
0.
Oh, yeah. But, no, I'd like to see Golden Knights win it. I think that'd be pretty sick.
But they almost won the first year they became a team.
Dude.
It's crazy.
It was so, and to see the buzz, that was during your wedding, too. When we went out there during your wedding, they were in the playoffs, right? First season. And I remember they were
the atmosphere.
It was crazy. They fully accepted that team as
They
their
had
own.
a jersey on the Statue of Liberty by New York, New York.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, they really bought in hard, man, which is cool to see. That's cool. And it's a good program so far. But jumping to my program, the LA Kings.
Yay.
Dude, what is with my teams in the news this year?
Freaking Bailey. Like, why do you gotta just be a creep?
LA Kings mascot accused of sexual harassment from an ICE crew member. The man who plays Bailey, the LA Kings Lion mascot, is being sued for allegedly sexually harassing a female ICE crew staffer, TMZ has reported. The woman behind the suit is using the alias Jane Doe to protect her identity, but says she was hired for the crew in 2018 to work fan events for the Kings in the Ontario Reign. It's their affiliate that plays here in Ontario. But things went south, according to the lawsuit, when Tim Smith, the man who plays Bailey the mascot, began routinely hurling sexually charged comments in her direction. She claims Smith was not just a performer, but managed the ICE crew and wields the power to hire and fire people. Doe says Smith created a terrible environment for female employees, constantly cracking lewd jokes, making inappropriate sexual comments, and would leer at her breasts and buttocks, making her feel super uncomfortable. Jane Doe claims she was made it clear the advances and comments were unwanted, but Smith retaliated against her by firing her from the ICE crew. Doe says a team official begged her to come back and promised to shield her from Smith, acknowledging Smith's problematic conduct. But when she returned, Doe claimed Smith was back to his old tricks and even described an incident where he allegedly put his crotch in her face in the mascot locker room while making lewd comments and thrusting his hips. Doe says she ran out of the room and later quit for good. She is now suing Smith along with the Kings and AEG, which owns the hockey team, claiming sexual harassment, retaliation, and more, demanding more than $1 million in damages.
With that, how can you prove that? Because he said versus she said. How can you prove that?
Well, there's got to be internal, like when it comes to HR stuff, if somebody reports something, if she reported it to the right avenues, it's going to be all on files. There's going to be records of it. So the first thing they're going to recognize is, was there officially some kind of formal complaint that's documented? If there was, then they're going to say, why the fuck did it not get bubbled up above his head?
And then two, the part that investigate coworkers, like, oh, have you seen this happen? Has it happened to you? Kind of thing, right?
It's going to go back to the organization, big time, the ownership group, because if she did file a complaint and the only person that really responded was him himself, first off, he should have never known about it before somebody above him. He should have been reprimanded or put on suspension, under investigation. It doesn't sound like the Kings did anything about it. So it's a lot of it's going to hinge on, did she file a formal complaint and actually tell somebody about it? If not, it's going to basically weigh on the outside parties to investigate it and figure out, was something done in the wrong. Either way, the Kings are going to be the one failing. This guy, if something's, If the claims are substantiated, this guy's job's done.
He's a mascot, so they'll probably fire him. Like, it's not you don't know who's under the mask. So.
Yeah. But the Kings are going to be hurt by it. Either way, this fucking crazy story. How many people get fucking raped by the...
It's cancel culture, dude.
When you first read the title, like I was like, mascot rapes crew member. And I can't help but see him, and it's fucking insensitive. I get it.
In his suit?
I see him in the suit. It's just fucking... I'm like, you can't run from a guy with fucking... is in a mascot suit? Run. I know, it's horrible. Sorry, guys. But that's when I read the article. I said, did I put that one on there or you did?
What?
I can't remember who put
You put the article on there, yeah.
And I read it and I was like, this is crazy. This is going to go on there for sure. All right, let's jump to some baseball. Oh, that link is wrong too.
I remember I copied and pasted it, but I guess not.
Or no, that's the right one. Maybe I clicked the wrong one. I think I did. Yeah, I did. Oh, it just popped up wrong. All right, athletics. Ramon Laureano suspended 6 games. Astros hitting coach Alex Cintrone suspended 20 games. Oakland Athletics outfielder Ramon Laureano has been suspended 6 games, and Houston Astros coach Alex Cintrone 20 games for their roles in Sunday's bench-clearing incident between the teams. Laureano, who also received an undisclosed fine, has appealed the suspension. MLB announced Cintrone has also received an undisclosed fine. His suspension begins immediately. What happened was, after being hit by a pitch for the 3rd time in the series, and the 2nd time in the game, Laureano pantomimed toward Astros pitcher how to properly snap off a slider.
It was so funny, dude. He was like, dude, just he was giving advice, like, just gotta snap it, dude. Like, if you snap it, it'd been fine. Just snap it.
So he had to snap off a slider, prompting a response from the Astros bench. Laureano said the Cintrone uttered an expletive at him, which Laureano returned. Then Laureano told ESPN, Cintrone said in Spanish, something you don't say about my mother.
Yeah.
So, in the statement, they basically said they accepted the suspension, apologized for my part in Sunday's unfortunate incident. As coaches, we are held to a higher standard. Should be an example to the players, hopefully after coaches. Other coaches will learn from my mistake, and this never happens again in the future. Crazy, man.
It was crazy watching it. Right, so, I guess this was like previously bad blood because Laureano used to play for the Astros in 2017. And I think Cintrone was one of his coaches. So this wasn't because of the whole Astros cheating thing. This was more personal.
Yeah, this was something they directly worked together.
If you watch the video, Cintrone, like, engaged and enticed the fight. Like, he was like pulling up his pant legs, like, oh, he tell him to come here. Like,
really?
He was the instigator of the fight the whole entire way.
So that's embarrassing. I mean, coaching staff, that's embarrassing. Even players, that's embarrassing.
You're
man.
a coach. You got to be an example. You're not supposed to start fights and stuff. Like,
act
come on
like
now.
that. You're better than that. Walk away.
The thing is, the Astros should have done more than this suspension.
You think so?
They should have spent the whole entire season as the Astros.
I mean, 20 games. That's fucking.
That's MLB, but the Astros should have done more to set an example. Because now, because you've been cheating and stuff, like you even look worse now.
That's true, man. They already got a fucking horrible rap. But I mean, baseball bubble. Where's the bubble? How's the total like landscape right now looking since after the Cardinals have been through what they're into and the Rays and all this shit?
It's pretty good. Just people need to be more responsible. Like, you're not,
because it's just stupid shit they're doing. They're sneaking around.
You're going to casino strip clubs. Like, you're gonna get, like, even though you're probably asymptomatic, you're gonna pass it to someone else and they're gonna get sick.
Speaking of that, yep. Indians is that Plutko?
Yeah, Adam Plutko, which is one of the pitchers.
And Mike Clevinger, Zach Plesac need to earn trust back. So, Cleveland Indians starter Adam Plutko made it clear after Tuesday's 7-1 loss to Chicago Cubs that teammates Mike Clevinger and Zach Plesac have some making up to do to win back their trust. The Indians played for the first time since it was revealed that Clevinger and Plesac violated team rules by leaving the team's Chicago hotel over the weekend. Both are being quarantined though the Indians don't think they were near anyone with COVID when they ventured out. Clevinger was scheduled to face the Cubs, but had risky behavior land him on the restricted list in the doghouse. They hurt us bad, said Plutko, who started that Clevinger and took the loss after allowing 1 earned run in 4 innings. They lied to us. They sat here in front of you guys and publicly said things they didn't follow through on. It's going to be up to them. It really is. I'll let them sit here and tell you how they're going to earn their trust back. So what exactly happened with these guys?
So I think they were playing against, were they in Chicago, I think? And they... Mike Clevinger and Zach Plesac, they went out night on the town with their friends, whatever, and they lied to their team saying they didn't go anywhere. And then, of course, the team doesn't know where they've been around, so they got to quarantine for 14 days.
Because they can't trust them. Yeah.
So,
I mean, come on.
So Adam Pluko's one of the other pitchers, and he's all pissed off. Like, you got on your trust, but you just lied to us saying you didn't go anywhere. Or
you're a professional fucking
And what's
athlete,
bullshit,
man.
too, is because they're all pitchers, another guy on the pitching staff, this is his first year back from leukemia.
And these motherfuckers took the chance, went out and lied to everybody and did this bullshit. Put him at
He's
risk.
high at risk, and he's pitching. Like, come on now. It's pathetic.
That
It's
is,
ridiculous.
man. So they didn't, like, suspend him or nothing?
I think
just
they
making
got a
him feel
quarantine,
bad?
yeah.
God.
Well, I think they're kind of suspended. They're on the restricted list, so they could bring them. They're kind of suspended indefinitely, kind of thing.
But still, man, these are adults, professional athletes. How you just fucking follow through with your say, man? This is not that hard. The season's already shortened.
What's crazy is baseball's the only sport that's having problems. Like the NHL had over 4,000 tests, no one positive.
Yep.
NBA, you haven't heard anyone positive in NBA. Like,
no, NBA's been doing really well.
I don't understand how
they're just not making it work. I don't know. Maybe it's they have too much freedom.
I think they do.
I don't know what the NHL players look like.
I think they still MLB. They're still staying at their own apartments. I think they're not in a hotel nearby the stadium.
I mean, we heard a lot of disdain about the bubble in Orlando for NBA, but shit, outside of the food, what else has been going wrong? Everything else has been working fantastically. Adam Silver looks like a genius. The NHL, I don't know. Are they in a bubble type of thing?
Well, they're in Canada, but I think they're still in a bubble. They're in a hotel nearby the arena. Because
either way, it's being
Edmonton
handled.
Oilers and the Toronto Maple Leafs are holding. They're both sides for playoffs.
Okay.
I think one's for the Eastern, one's for the Western Conference, and I think they're nearby a hotel, but there's no cases.
Either way, they're handling it way
I think
better.
because the NHL, they quarantined 14 days before they went to the stadium, before they went to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
I think they quarantined for another 14 days when they got to Canada.
I wouldn't be surprised, man.
Yeah, but
there's been little to
yeah.
no, nothing about it. They're handling it well. They're taking it, doing it well, doing how it's supposed to happen.
And I think and the NFL could work if they just follow on what the NHL and NBA is doing. Just stay in the bubble, stay in a nearby hotel, and just go to and from the stadium. You can't really go anywhere. You can't go out. And if you go out, you're going to get fined. I'm going to fine you.
Yeah. I mean, it's proof positive that sports can happen in a pandemic. And I think that we're proving that it can be done in an altered state. As long as you got guys who take it seriously, treat it professionally, and just fucking follow the rules, man. You're getting paid really well to play a game, and you're going to piss it away for a night at casino? Like, fuck that, man. Grow up. Putting other people in danger. Cincinnati Reds might be the first MLB team with fans. The Cincinnati Reds, of all 30 teams, the Cincinnati Reds among them are playing games without fans in empty stadiums amid the coronavirus pandemic. Situation these teams might need to get used to if the pandemic fails to subside. But amidst the uncertainty, the Reds have concocted a plan to get butts in the seats near the Ohio River. After Ohio Governor Mike DeWine stated that he was cautiously optimistic for fans returning in the stands late in 2020, the Reds submitted a plan that would allow fans to re-enter the Great American Ballpark later in the season. The plan has already been approved by the city of Cincinnati and Hamilton County. So if the Reds get their way, it won't just be cardboard cutouts in the stands this season. Reported that teams have formally pitched a plan to state for the fans at GAPP in 2020.
Great American
That's crazy.
Ballpark. Now, the problem with that is, how do you crowd control? You got to make sure they're only from that county or from that state, because you can't have people coming from out of state to watch a Reds game.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm telling you, if the Reds have allowed to have fans, people from all over the country will fly to Cincinnati to watch a baseball game. I guarantee
hands
you that.
down. Yeah, baseball fans are that. Yeah,
They love baseball. I would fly out there, but I'm not going to spend money on it. But if I had the money, I'd fly out there to go see a baseball game. Why not?
just to do it. Just to be able to say, I wouldn't watch the baseball game last night
During the pandemic.
So how are they going to control? I want to see more about this plan. Is what I want to see, and they really didn't go into detail. On what
Probably
to
mask
expect.
still. They'll still be 6 feet. Every 2 seats, there'll be someone. Temperature checks.
That's just.
And then they'll probably cut the fans probably in half. Or maybe a third.
It makes me wonder how much money they can honestly make off that. You cut the fans in half. First off, which
It's probably more than half.
I would assume so.
So it's 40,000 fans. You probably have a third of it.
I mean,
So we make
think about
12,000.
the average game. It's probably the average baseball game is probably not full. We're probably talking 60% full stadium.
No, most teams
70?
most teams sell out.
Every game?
Dodgers sell 40-something thousand seats a lot
like Cincinnati?
probably
Like,
60. Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking. Like 70%. I'm thinking from a money aspect.
Yeah.
So let's say that. And now you're going to cut it in half. Let's say now it's 40% max. Okay, now you're going to have to drive your ticket prices up to make up for that. And then on top of that, if you're going to take temperatures, health screenings, you're going to have to hire extra personnel to do that.
Not really, no. You just have to train your staff who checks your ticket in, send your ticket.
Well, true, and then bars and stuff are closed,
check,
so you can use those guys and repurpose. Okay. So there, I mean,
well, they'll still have the beer stands open up. No, you probably don't have beer stands. You probably only sell beer in like where there's food.
Well, out there, that rule doesn't have that stuff.
Oh, so the bars are open?
I was talking to Friendly. Yeah, they're full.
Yeah, so they'll sell the beer stands.
So yeah, in Cincinnati,
the ticket person will have, or they'll just contract. They'll have a local hospital have employees come and do the temperature checks because that's how they have for security. They have a local police department.
I can see them, but I doubt the hospitals are probably too bogged down to be like, we don't got fucking extra time.
They're probably train the ticket people to do temperature
I'm just trying to think, is it profitable to try to, I mean, right now you're losing money, obviously. No fans, the TV deals aren't that lucrative. But I guess if you did have 40% capacity, as long as you did it right, yeah, absolutely. And I think Cincinnati would be a good starting point. Somewhere a little bit smaller, a little bit more.
I feel like Kansas City would be a good spot.
It'd be a really good spot. Yeah, so a little smaller market teams. But that's cool, man. The only problem is like you said, it's with the MLB, who has handled this whole situation pretty poorly so far. So let's hopefully that doesn't get too fucked up. More MLB.
Ooh, my boy Mookie.
And this was last night too, right? I didn't get to watch it. I was fucking. Dodgers Mookie Betts hits 3 home runs in a game for record-tying 6th time. Dave Roberts, as might be expected, was a deep admirer of Mookie Betts from afar. The Los Angeles Dodgers manager loved Betts' blend of speed, defense, arm strength, strike zone recognition, and bat-to-ball skills. He knew he possessed respectable power. He basically said he knows he hits homers, Roberts said, but it's more power than I expected on Thursday night and only his 17th start in a Dodgers uniform. How big is Mookie Betts, by the way? As a guy?
Big.
Is he that big?
Yes.
I have to look it up because when I saw him playing...
Well, I mean like size-wise?
Yeah.
No, he's skinny.
That's what I said.
But no, tiny. I thought him like popularity-wise.
Oh, no, I know he's popular. I want to know his size. Like, how tall is he?
5-something?
5'9", 180.
This is his bomb.
Brother. If my dad was thin, he'd be my dad's size. My dad's not thin. But now, because when I'm watching him on TV, and I'm thinking like Mike Trout, these kind of fucking...
Was that stocky? I don't know.
Yeah, you walk up and like, this is Mookie Betts. This is the guy, and he's a great player. 3 home runs in one night, man. So Betts puts himself in the company of some of the game's most prestigious power hitters, notching his 6 careers. I need to watch that documentary, by the way.
Yeah,
I heard that's fantastic.
The home run race.
I watched all that shit live. I remember watching that on my mom's bed in her room. They were watching TV in the room, so I'm watching this fucking.
Yeah, Mark McGwire is like my favorite player of all time.
Really?
Yep.
Do you look at those guys and see a stain on them?
No.
I really don't either.
Steroids, who gives a shit? Back then, steroids wasn't tested, so why would you...
It was so good watching him and Sam. Like, you'd watch a game, and you're like, okay, Sammy's up by 1 home run now, just
or Barry Bonds, too.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Dude, it was so fucking fun to watch.
There's a debate, like, are they ever going to get in the Hall of Fame? Because they can only be on the Hall of Fame ballot for 10 years. After that, it's over, so...
And they've been on...
close to almost 10 years.
I don't think they'll make it. I think...
Bullshit. It's because everyone's talking about... These old guys who vote their integrity.
Exactly.
But that's why you need these new guys coming out. Of course, all the new guys want them to be in the Hall of Fame.
And what is...
But for them, though, like, if say for Barry Bonds, would you want to be in the Hall of Fame? Because you've been voted for that long. Like, well, you guys don't want me now. Like, what?
Exactly.
It's like a pity vote.
Yeah. You'd feel like okay, well, I guess they have to put me in. It's my last chance. Have you seen Sammy Sosa? Like,
he's white.
What is up with that?
He bleached himself.
He really did.
Yes.
Because they were talking about 2 Bears, and I had seen some pictures.
He is bleach white.
Sammy Sosa recent picture. Because I remember this Sammy Sosa.
Yes.
This fucking jack dude to come in and not. Oh my lord.
His little hop, hits a home run out of the box.
Dude, his stance was crazy too. What is going on? Dude, he looks sick. He looks pale.
It's only his face, right? Because his hands still look dark, don't they?
Yeah, it's got to be just his face, man. He looks like... I don't even know how to put it, man. He looks like so sick, like there's no color in his face.
Look at that. Go up
Look at that motherfucker. How do you go from that to that.
Look at him with the suit next to Mark Aguirre. Look how, jeez.
This is, if you have not seen what Sammy Sosa looks like nowadays, like, that's nuts, man. That's fucking crazy.
I don't know why he
did
did that.
Really? He bleached his
I don't
skin?
know why though.
Let's find out why, man.
I don't know if he was ashamed of what like he came from or something. I don't know.
Because that's something with, like, same thing Michael Jackson did, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
So from black to white, why Sammy Sosa and others are bleaching their skin. First in baseball. Now Sosa, who's once donned a natural melanin-filled, sun-kissed brown complexion, could be easily mistaken for a white man.
Sam Sosa go Willy Wonka chocolate factory. I don't know why, but yeah, it's crazy.
It doesn't look white to me. He looks sick.
No.
He looks like he's lost the color. And like, maybe that's because I know him as a black man. And I'm used to seeing him, and I look at him like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? I mean, it's a bleaching cream that I apply before going to bed and whitens my skin tone, Sosa said. It's a cream that I have that I used to soften my skin, but has bleached me some. I'm not a racist. I live my life happily. What happened was that I'd been using the cream for a long time, and that combined with bright TV lights made my face look whiter than it really... I don't think I look like Michael Jackson, he said. Okay, so he's kind of in denial.
From his like rookie thing to...
You know what that sounds like to me? That quote we just read?
Uh-huh.
That's when you interviewed...
well, isn't the thing, if you're not a racist... If you say you're not a racist, aren't you a racist?
I was like, where did that come from? Like, nobody even mentioned that.
Yeah.
The way that, and I'm not trying to use their dead name, I guess, or whatever the woke people say, Bruce Jenner, when he started getting his Adam's apple shaved down and little small things like that, people started questioning, hey, are you doing something to change the way you look? And he was like, no, I'm not. I don't need to do any of that. I'm just being myself. And then finally one day he owned up to it and said, yeah, I'm going to become a woman. So is there something else going on here? That's the same kind of tone I got from when he said that. Way he was deflecting. That's crazy.
It's like, eventually, is he going to take lessons and speak perfect English kind of thing? Like,
what's your dream? To be like a white boy?
I don't know. Who knows?
I'm making myself eat mayonnaise. I don't like it yet, but I'm trying. Like, I don't know what the fuck. What else do you say? All right, let's get out of baseball. Kentucky Derby.
This is crazy.
Yeah, I was saving this one for the podcast. Churchill Downs to allow limited attendance at the 2020 Kentucky Derby. They did announce on Wednesday a 62-page operations plan that will limit attendance for the September 5th Kentucky Derby to less than 23,000 guests. Yikes. Yikes.
Because Kentucky Derby is a nationally televised event. People from all over the world are going to go to it, so you don't know who has it.
Dude, there's no general admission, and the infield will be closed. Pre-purchased general admission tickets will be refunded. Okay, so they got rid of I read that as like, there's no door fee. Anybody can come. I'm like, what? Temperature checks, medical questionnaires, physical distancing, mandatory face coverings will be required upon entrance. So once they get in, they can take them off. That's what I read. Each guest will receive a courtesy Healthy at the Track bag, which will include a disposable mask, a pocket-sized hand sanitizer, and a personal stylus for non-contact self-service wagering. The opportunity to safely welcome back a limited number of guests at Churchill Downs on the first week of September is a privilege that our team doesn't take for granted, said Churchill Downs Racetrack President Kevin Flannery. Our extensive plan meets or exceeds all recommendations, state and local guidelines. We received exceptional level of support from regulators, medical experts, and public health authorities, and we'll continue to carefully work with them to ensure we're doing everything we can to keep our customers, employees, and communities safe. What do you think, man? I mean, I support us trying to get back out and start doing this, because I think a lot of these things can be done right, and I think we're seeing them. Like MLB's fucked up here. NHL, NBA, done really well. There's not been a whole lot of else that people's really stepped out and tried this stuff. So this could be a real chance for somebody to say, hey, we're going to hold an event. We're going to do it the right way. Not like Sturgis. And we're going to fucking, try to hold them to it. I wish they would make them wear the mask all the time. That would make me feel a little bit better. But, they don't, that's not required where they live, not in Kentucky.
Kentucky, right?
Yeah. How do you think that's going to go?
I don't know. I hope it goes well. But the problem is, I guess if it was only people allowed within the county of Kentucky or that state, When you get people from outside the country, outside the states, that's a problem because you don't know, like, say we're a family, but you don't know, like, what I have or what you don't know.
I don't know where you've been.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I mean, and like we said with the Cincinnati thing, you open up the Kentucky Derby. Now somebody who's got expendable income in L.A. that's maybe never watched the Kentucky Derby.
I'm going to go fly to Kentucky and watch a game.
Well, there's no fucking Dodger games
It's a live sport, so I'm going to go watch it.
I haven't had to spend any money on my Dodger game, so I'm going to spend that money and go fly across the country for something. And that's where it's going to get tricky, is you're going to start bringing people from different countries and out of state and just different metropolitan areas to the point where we don't know how this is going to pan out.
Dude, this tangerine's really good.
So you like a seltzer?
This one's really good.
Nice. Did you try the lemon one in there?
I've had that one in a while. Is it okay. Oh, okay. So it's not. I have had lime.
There's a lime too.
Is lemon better than lime, or lime's better than lemon? Because lime was the original one.
Lime, lime's not my favorite White Claw. I think I like the lemon good. Better. What else we got next? Oh God. I'm not looking forward to this guy.
So a Russian powerlifter squats 900 pounds and fractures both knees on his attempt.
Oh my God! And there's a fucking video.
And if you guys listen to Bikes and Booze, you know Sean is really, how'd you say it? Squeamish, yeah.
So I can handle blood. I can handle like cuts, fucking hard tackles. What I have a tough time watching and like processing is when people get disfigured, break bones. The most horrific show I've ever watched in my life was
Faces of Death?
Scarred.
You ever seen Faces of Death?
Yeah, I wouldn't watch that shit.
Scarred on MTV?
With, Jacoby Shaddix, where skateboarding.
Papa Roach?
They'd fucking show, skateboarder bebopping around. Next thing you know, gets up and his fucking knee is going straight up towards the ceiling. I'll just throw up.
That was a good show, too. I remember that.
Oh, that was my nightmare. So, we were doing Bi-Weeks and Booze, and we would pick different videos, and Josh and them got me one week.
There was a guy cutting down a tree, and then the tree swings and hits him in the face. And like, oh, it's no big deal. John was laughing his ass off. He fell off the ladder.
Because it was so fast. It was a fucking intense video.
It knocked him off the ladder, and then his face
not
was
expecting
split open in half.
It looked like the fucking monster from Stranger Things. It had it fucking peeled open.
Yep.
So right at the end of the video, they just flashed a picture of this guy's face, and it just sent me crippling.
I still have it on my Snapchat. You're like,
but that wasn't even the worst one.
Let me play let's see if I can play the audio on. I think I still have it saved on my Snapchat.
The video after that, though, they were what'd you try to tell me it was some parkour motherfucker? They're like, yeah, it's a parkour video in L.A. It's some crazy.
Oh, that's the guy fell off the
fucking
crane, and he splat.
So I'm watching. I'm like, okay, I just watched a gnarly one. This one can't be that bad. And I see
that one was gnarly.
I see this like guy who's no shirt on. He's hanging on the edge of a fucking crane like he's in GTA. And Josh is like, yeah, this is parkour, man. Some crazy parkour stunt gone wrong. And I'm like, okay, this is shot from the ground up at the crane. This is not going to end well. And of course, it turns out to be a fucking homeless guy high on fucking meth or something, crawling on the edge of this crane and just lets go, drops down like 300 feet and just splats like a watermelon on the fucking subway ramp. And this is.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so funny, dude.
That was
best
funny.
damn day of my life right there.
Oh my God, they got me good. That's why they got the Everclear, by the way.
So this is still fuck you, dude.
But this video here I saw in the news.
This is not bad at all. You just hear pop.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm probably gonna cringe a little bit, guys. So bear with me.
I think because of the sound. I think if you turn the sound off, it'd be fine. But
I'm gonna just bear through it. So this guy, he's about to do it. It's not a deadlift. What is it?
It's a squat.
A squat. Okay. God damn.
That's 900 pounds on your knees. Of course they're gonna pop.
Oh my God.
I feel like his legs need to be spread out more. It's gonna be louder on our headphones too. Oh, damn. Play it again.
There's no way I cannot eat chicken wings anymore.
Why? How do you bring up chicken wings?
I don't even know where I'm going. What's happening?
Let's fast forward farther.
You're gonna watch this shit again?
Yes.
I'm gonna take my headphones off. That was fucking nasty, man. I'm just watching Zach's face. I can't watch this again. When he starts moving and the sound.
Okay, so his left one came out. But what's about? It's like pop pop.
Yeah, but like I think it's just me knowing what happened.
I think he just dislocated his knee. I don't think he fractured, but that's probably still painful though.
That man.
Oh, remember? Have you seen the? It was Vince McMahon when he tears both his was it his hamstrings?
I don't think so.
You haven't seen go to YouTube. No, he like goes in the ring and he falls down.
Like he legit tore him?
Yeah, and he's trying to plays it off. Vince McMahon tears both quads. He tears both of quads like going into the ring.
How does he do that?
I don't know, but he's just sitting on the floor. The second one.
Is that not this one?
That one's fine. Yeah.
Oh, this one good?
Yeah, it's fine.
2 Raw referees holding.
So they're confused because Batista and John Cena were fighting, and they don't know. Oh, he won. Oh,
okay.
So Vince McMahon comes like, oh, okay, so and so. They have to fight again or whatever. But
so he tore both quads.
You'll see it. You don't see like him like the tear, but like he just has to sit down immediately on the floor.
How do you do that? Just climb into a ring?
Steroids and then all kinds of shit.
Oh, and here comes Vince. It looks like he's already walking.
Look how big he was, though.
Yeah, he was pretty beefed up.
WWE, Mr. McMahon, he does not look happy. And
Here, watch.
What the fuck? Everybody stand up's like, Vince, get up.
Probably in so much pain, though.
How did he do it? How did he tear his quad?
I think because your quad's right here,
Is
right?
it the front? Maybe when he hit the fucking side?
And they both tore.
Look at him. He's just like, God damn.
How do I sell this?
Exactly. That's the toughest part with wrestling is you got to fucking play it off and
Because the
work
quads,
it
you
into the
can't
story.
get up and walk.
He's like, I just fucked up my knees bad, bro. Get me out of here.
What's that over the top? Wait, the thing was over. What the hell is going on here?
They're throwing each other over the ring. I think it was a Royal Rumble, I think.
Yeah, it says Royal Rumble on here. This is from 2018.
Well, this was back years ago. This is like early 2000s?
No, 2018.
No, that's when it was posted.
Oh,
this match
isn't
is
from
old.
Mr. McMahon, he has ordered that this match be restarted.
Pause it.
He's gonna have to fucking
Go
get
down
carried
to
out.
Is there the description when it was done? Yeah, it was probably early mid 2000s. It was a while ago.
Okay, I was thinking there was some.
No, it was. Yeah, it was posted. Yes.
There is before widescreen.
Yep.
So when I stopped
That was like
watching
VHS.
wrestling,
Like,
yeah, it was. So this was way after. I mean, not
because
way after, but-
Batista hasn't fought in a while. He just acts in. He's a big time movie star now.
I was gonna say I recognize his face. What's he been in?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's what he is. So that's what he's from.
He's Drax.
I don't watch any of the comic book movies or nothing like that. So
That movie's so good.
I'm gonna make myself watch. I tried to make myself
You
watch.
watch Guardians. It's,
Is
it's
that the one
funny.
at Disneyland?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta watch it. It's on Netflix because Chris Pratt's super funny in it, and then Batista. He's just like his humor is so funny. It's just like
He's a big
stupid
fucking dude, man.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of big fucking dudes, nah, just kidding. Sturgis. We're gonna talk a little about Sturgis again. So we found some statistics on this because there was an article that popped up about a 55-year-old woman who was killed on a motorcycle crash as she hit a calf.
You thought you died from coronavirus, but you died from a freaking
From
accident.
a fucking baby cow. 55-year-old woman died from her injuries when a motorcycle struck a calf in the driving lane on U.S. Highway 16, 7 miles east of Hill City.
I hope that calf's okay.
According to South Dakota Department of Public Safety, the crash happened at 9:30 p.m. on Wednesday. A 55-year-old man who was driving the motorcycle and the 55-year-old woman were both thrown from the motorcycle. The man suffered serious but non-life-threatening injuries. The woman died at a Rapid City hospital on Thursday. Neither were wearing helmets. The death is the third from a crash at the 2020 Sturgis Rally, which is up 2 from the same time, 2019. So the reason why I wanted to include this article, because this little statistics that they ran at the bottom of this article. We talked in depth last week about what we thought about Sturgis and how stupid what's going on up there right now, and how it's going to kill a lot of people. But look at this. This is just statistics from Sturgis itself. So these are all compiled from 6 a.m. August 8th to 6 a.m. August 14th. So 7 days, 1 week. Mm-hmm. There has been 94 DUI arrests in 1 week at Sturgis. 151 misdemeanor drug arrests. 74 felony drug arrests. 725 total citations, 1,940 total warnings, $7,178 worth of cash seized, 7 vehicles seized, 7 were for drug possession, all of them. Non-injury accidents, 13, injury accidents, 25, and 1 fatal accidents within 2 fatalities. What's crazy is they've also got the district totals there. They've got the city total, the Rapid City, and then they've got the district total. There was first off 23 just in Rapid City alone, which I'm guessing has to do with Sturgis going on, but 94 just for this one event. My point is this event doesn't look like a very helpful thing to society. Like,
nope. I wonder how last year's totals were.
I bet it was probably not as bad.
Probably bad. We just didn't know about it till now because
there's been 88 crashes since the event started. 88. I thought these were like professional people. Like these people knew how to ride motorcycles.
They're not wearing helmets, so I guess not.
We're not going to make any fans with the motorcycle crowd, which I don't give a shit. Nothing pisses me off more than watching some fucking idiot on a motorcycle pass me, weaving in and out of traffic, doing 70, 80 down the Cajon Pass.
You're not supposed to go
above 20. I think it is.
No, but you're supposed to stay in your lane, aren't you?
No, they can do they can do the middle. It's legal in California, but they can't do it when it's above like 25 miles an hour. They can only do that when the speed limit and wherever traffic's doing 25.
Pretty much on city streets, not a free. Yes,
and it's meant that way because they're not covered from weather or nothing. They have to be able to get in and out if it starts raining. Not when you're going down a fucking Cajon Pass doing 85, weaving in and out. That's like, I don't know, man. I'd never own a motorcycle. I'd love to ride one, but I mean, just the idiots out there, man. And then when you get all the idiots together. And they think coronavirus is fake and we don't wear masks, which I was trying to watch let me try one more time with the live video feeds. I found this out shortly after we wrapped up last week's episode that there actually is live YouTube feeds on their main website, but it looks to be that they have been taken down. There was 3.
Because no one's wearing masks.
Nobody was. I watched for a good 5 to 10 minutes and I saw one lady wearing a mask and it was under her chin.
It wasn't even on?
No, it wasn't even on.
She had on her...
And it was like fucking, I watched it a little bit at work. It was like 1 p.m. California time. And the bars are just fucking overflowing.
Damn.
So get ready, America. You think your surge has happened? Hold my beer. In other news, AMC reopening select theaters August 20th. What do you think about this?
Nothing in California. I checked.
Yeah, right. AMC is finally reopening its theaters, and guests will just need to spend 15 cents to get in. The world's largest movie theater chain will reopen more than 100 U.S. theaters August 20th, the company said on Thursday. In order to commemorate its centennial, AMC is offering movies at 2020 and 1920 prices on opening day, 15 cents a ticket.
It's cool.
I'm excited for this.
I think they're playing old movies like Back to the Future.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I like seeing when people do it the right way. We can totally live in a pandemic and have stuff like this and do it the right way and be safe. And I think it's time for movie theaters. We've seen barbershops. We've seen restaurants do different stuff. Let these guys get a chance to start doing it. A lot of them have been pretty good.
Social distancing, probably every other seat, every 2 seats.
Yeah. But like, I would love to go watch a fucking movie in the theaters, man. That's something we started doing shortly before the pandemic hit because we haven't just had little kids. We haven't had a chance to do that in years. So now that they're a little bit older, we're able to
sit through a movie.
Yeah. So like we started doing it and going to the new one in Rialto. That's fucking nice, man. I was like, I really like doing this. And then pandemic happened and it shut down. So I'm excited to see stuff like this opening back up. These are the kind of jobs we need to get back going. Stuff that's kind of on the teeter. Like they can totally do it safely. We know what to do. Just keep them in order. Just check them, man. Make sure they've got good stuff in place, and I think we'll be okay. So I'm excited to get a chance to watch some movies. Is there any movies like I was thinking about the other day? I was like, what movies are coming out? Like
Mulan, but that's gonna be on Disney Plus. You know they're charging you $30 just to watch it, plus how much you pay a month.
Right.
I think they're just hoping that people in the family. There's more than like because the movie ticket's $12, $18.
Yeah, 13, somewhere right around there.
Yeah, so they're hoping that there's more than 2 people in a family at a house and they pay for it.
I probably won't pay that for Mulan. It doesn't look that good.
I'll wait till eventually it goes on.
Put Mushu in there, man.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you, Disney. Come on. All right, one more piece of news. This I just saw this morning. Did you hear about it before this? Like I sent it to you? Me neither. I came across this. We were talking earlier about David Arquette. He's got a new movie coming out. It's a documentary, right?
Yeah, it's a documentary about himself.
So apparently back in around, what did you say, 2000?
2000, yep.
Him and Scott Kane came out and did the movie Ready to Rumble.
One of my favorite wrestling movies of all time.
Fantastic.
The probably favorite.
Super fucking funny, man.
Had like
Super
Goldberg, Macho Man,
funny.
had all the wrestlers you can think of were in it.
Yeah, WCW. To this day, the only movie I've watched my mother roll on the floor and laugh at.
That was the era when WCW was popular in WWE, huh?
Well, it was WWF at the time because I watched it.
Yeah, but it was...
I don't think it was more popular, but because WCW before that was kind of more popular when Sting was there. And then
Hulk Hogan,
WWF was
Hogan.
with the Stone Cold and The Rock really overtook them. So I think they did the movie to kind of try to grab the reins back because they still had Goldberg, but he was kind of flaming out.
Sting was still on it.
Sting was
Macho
there.
Man.
DDP was still there.
Bigelow.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
A lot of great guys, but David Arquette and Scott Kane did a movie with WCW. It was partnered with them. But apparently, a lot of people thought it was disrespectful towards wrestling. I had no idea. I thought for the last fucking 20 years that they was great. It was hilarious.
I was never offended. It's a good movie. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, he actually did wrestling in the movie, him and Scott both. So apparently, from this trailer, which we'll watch here in just a second, people have been giving him shit about shitting on the wrestling industry, taking a punch at it. So the documentary basis is kind of him coming out and saying, I'm going to get my fucking respect back. I want to show them that I do respect this. So this is his new documentary called You Cannot Kill David Arquette. I'm a big fan of David Arquette. I think he's hilarious. Great actor. And let's
Never Been Kissed when he's a brother.
Yeah, that's a good movie too, dude.
Legends of Wrestling, one of the biggest events of the year. 10,000 fans in attendance as Ken Anderson takes on David Arquette.
David Arquette as the wrestler sucks.
I don't give a shit about David Arquette.
It's the biggest disgrace in professional wrestling history.
David Arquette, what's going on here?
An untrained Hollywood actor wins most prestigious championship.
His involvement in wrestling really hurt his career.
10 years of rejection, that's crazy. I want to clear my name and, through the process, honor wrestling.
This ain't the movies. We don't have stunt doubles.
I'd like to announce my return to professional wrestling. Did I wrestle again? What are your thoughts?
Yeah.
That's my boy.
Why do you want to get back in the ring?
Cool. It's been 18 years of people thinking I disrespected wrestling. I'm just kind of sick of being a joke.
There's a lot going on with David.
His anxiety is crippling.
2 years ago, it's a heart attack. A year later, it's a death match. So what does that mean for next year?
The ribs actually break, they can actually bleed into your lungs.
Wrestling's not fake, guys. Wrestling's not fake.
Wrestling's done!
You are godlike. You are the man.
Dad, what?
One last time, I have to really prove myself.
What are you going to do when you go to your movie and you show up like that?
Dude, it looks fantastic,
I'm excited
man.
for it.
It looks really good. When's it come out?
It's like he wrestled like in the luchadors, like the whole entire Mexican wrestling scene and all, independent wrestling.
Oh shit! It comes out in a week, man. 21st.
On what?
Available on digital and on demand.
Probably Netflix and stuff. I'm hoping.
Available on digital. I don't know.
On demand, so
probably on demand. So maybe through like Google Play, all that kind of shit where you can
Amazon Prime, Amazon.
Yeah. That looks good, man.
That looks really
good. So if you're into wrestling and all, go check that out. The fucking trailer's funny. It looks like he has been wrestling for a while in like the underground circuit. That's crazy, man. That's pretty cool to see. I love shit like that. All right, what else we got coming up, man? I know we talked about Yelling from the Kitchen. We're kind of taking a little hiatus right now, kind of prepping for like season 2 of Yelling from the Kitchen.
Figure out some ideas.
Yeah, when we first started it, it was more of we wanted to do it every episode because there wasn't a lot of sports on.
But it's expensive.
It's very expensive. It's tedious, and frankly, there's more sports news coming out now. So we decided to just take a little hiatus from it. We're going to think of some ideas, kind of like season 2. We're going to roll that out eventually. And then, plus, especially, we're going to be getting into fantasy and stuff soon. So it's going to be kind of more of a special thing where instead of doing just small tastings.
Maybe once a month or something, we'll just do a little episode.
Yeah, maybe something like that. We'll figure it out. But shoot us your ideas if you guys got some, and we'll keep that going. I know that Darren and Veronica from Tennessee just bought me a birthday gift, and it's on its way. And take a guess what it is.
I'm not doing it if it's a hot. Fuck that.
It's, I think it was 6 million Scoville hot sauce they bought me. Called Death Sauce.
To 6 million?
6 million. It's the
I would
fifth
say just
hottest
save
sauce.
it and then just do it when you do, like, I guess, all the hot sauces again.
Well, that's what we were talking about, was when they come out in September, is just saving it for them. Yeah, because I'm going to make him go through all the hot sauces with me, at least, because those are actually really good. There's a few you need to try, by the way, because there's one I'm going to have gone. The, it's the
Fiji Fire one?
It's not the Fiji Fire. It starts with a T, like Temulapeka. Been eating the shit out of that stuff. It's so good. It's like a chili oil, which I'm really into right now. I've been making my own. I got to show you that too. I made my own chili oil. And then birria. I got to make you a birria taco. I made homemade birria de res today for the first time ever, and it actually turned out pretty damn good. It's actually, you've never had it, right? Birria is just basically, I made beef.
Shredded beef, but it's marinated with it.
It's marinated in chili, peppers, onion. It's pretty basic when you think about it, but the way it's done with like the queso taco and stuff, you fry it, it's really heavy. It's super delicious. It's usually made with goat, typically. But in the U.S., it's caught on with beef. And it's fucking amazing. If you haven't checked it out, check out San Marcos food truck in L.A. If you've seen birria on Instagram, you've seen them doing it because that's who went viral. So me and my wife have been making trips out there last few weeks, and it is fantastic. And I was like, I gotta fucking learn how to make this shit because it's too good.
Now you know how to make it.
Now I do. It's not that bad. But all right, man. What else we got? Anything else?
That's it.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. I feel the sports finally coming back. I felt more sports this week. I'm gonna have to do my homework. We're getting into some fantasy. We're gonna kick up the fantasy a notch starting next week. Now that the leagues and stuff are going to be drafting soon, because trying to get some draft points. If you've got questions, hit us up on Instagram, hit us up on Facebook, wherever you got, and we'll try to keep you in the loop. I'm sure we'll start getting. We've got a bunch of listeners that were hanging on from Bye Weeks and Booze fantasy football that are probably going to start coming back in. So we're probably going to get that little boost. So keep telling your friends, guys. Check out our YouTube channel. All of our podcasts go on there. If you like YouTube better than anything else, they are available on. Basically all major podcast platforms as it is right now. We will have the video up sometime soon. Just got to buy a few more things to make it a little bit more plausible. Less hiccups. It's tough when you're doing your home studio and you learn all these little shitty things that have to be done the right way. So bear with us, y'all. But no, thanks for hanging out, guys. We're going to go top it off, have a beer, maybe have a quesadilla taco.
Good plan.
Sounds good. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. This is Sean.
Zach.
And Young Stands. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Stay cool. Stay safe.